Welcome to FiberBase version 5.0. This demonstration will help us to understand how we can drill down from the map workspace into our network and all the way down to signal hierarchy. With our map workspace, the ability to zoom in and get better detail on our network is performed by using the zoom tools on the toolbar. These lines that are going across our map are routes that are taking a number of cables or our signal pathway from point to point. We can discover what is on those cables or the contents of the route segment by pressing the F2 key and bringing up the information palette. The information palette has a series of tabs available to the user. This particular one is called cross-section tab. In the cross-section view, we can see here this is our route segment, and at the top line our name of the route segment is Red Wing to Riverfront. Third line down gives us our length, 7,400 feet. The length is gathered when the route segment is applied to the map. And then we have 3 interduct inside of our route segment, and our blue interduct contains our cable. With the cross-section view, we have the ability to zoom in and get detailed information here. Other tabs that are available that might be of interest are the sub-hierarchy tab, and this takes us from the object that we selected, and we can drill down into the child database objects that exist. So here is our route segment, the ducts. We have a main duct, and then blue, green, red, and we can drill all the way down to the actual signals that are on fibers here. Other tabs that might be of interest are the splice view. So here in our splice view, we have a structure called Red Wing CO, and then this yellow outer object block is our Red Wing to Riverfront sheath segment. Here we can spot blue, orange, green, brown, slate, white buffer tubes, and all the way down to conductor level. And then this cable takes us to the Riverfront splice, and here we can see splice detail, where we can actually trace conductors and so on. So the information palette with this series of tabs can be applied to any database object in any workspace in FiberBase, where we can have links to outside third-party programs, add notes, add contacts, etc. If we'd like to know more information about a particular structure, we can highlight it on the map and again hit the F2 key, bringing up the information palette, and see what we have. So we've highlighted a structure, and by selecting the sub-hierarchy tab, we can go from top down, the structure being the top, and see what we have inside of it. We have a floor 05, which I'll double click on, taking us to the floor workspace, where we see a top-down representation of everything that is on that floor 05. The floor workspace is a 2-scale representation. If we look at the bottom right hand side, we can see an X equals 11.40 feet, and Z as well, and that will actually move as I move my cursor across the workspace. But here, as we look at these object blocks, I'm hovering over the FEC, or fiber entrance cabinet, and we can double click on it, and that'll take us to the equipment workspace. That'll show us all of the ports in these trays and what is spliced to what. And with better detail, we can click on an equipment set and view actual relay rack lineups. We see here that we have ports that are connected in red. They are red due to a color by connected state tool from the toolbar. Also in the equipment workspace, we can select the back of equipment view, showing us the rear view of the equipment. All of these workspaces have the ability to print this view by saying File and Print. If you'd like to know more detailed information regarding a connected port, we can simply double click on it, and that'll take us to a new workspace called the Transport Topology workspace. Highlighted in the blue box here is the port that we selected. So we've highlighted the receive port, and then we see a green conductor going to our next port, and then another green conductor going to the port, and so on. On this workspace, we also have what's called a data grid view, where we can view that information that we've just seen in a spreadsheet format. And this information can be printed as well by going to File on the menu bar and Printing. To make better sense of what we're looking at with this Transport Topology workspace, we can have both the Map workspace and the Transport Topology workspace open and be able to select these different objects and see them highlight on the map. So here we've highlighted the Red Wing CO. We can select all of them and see the link of the transport and where it is going. With the Transport Topology workspace, we also have the ability to link each one of these items to an OTDR trace. And we can simply do that by selecting them and sending them to the OTDR Trace workspace. And what that does for us as a user is it applies our OTDR trace to the map as well, so that as I scroll my cursor across my trace, will also move across my Transport Topology workspace as well as along the map. And here we can see our bullseye with our footage, 3906. And as we move our cursor, it moves across our trace. This is a patent pending troubleshooting tool for FiberBase. We also have the ability to generate reports that would be cable specific, and we can do that by clicking on our route segment, getting our cable of interest by going to the sub-hierarchy tab, and this is the cable I'd like to see more about, and I'll send that to the Explorer workspace. And in the Explorer workspace, we have tabs that are available to the user, and the one that I'm interested in here is the Conductor List. The Conductor List is a quick view of every fiber that's in the sheath segment, its sequence number, so blue is 1, orange is 2, and so on, its length, who that fiber might be assigned to, and what transport names are on that fiber. And a transport name in FiberBase is a signal, or it could be a series of signals such as a dense wave division multiplexing. This information can be manipulated by going to Reports or Default View Definition. And here we have sheath segment attributes. These are the items that are shown when we're looking at a sheath segment: name, structure 1 and structure 2. That is this line here. And on conductor attributes, we are seeing name, sequence, length, assigned to, and transport names. This is a default view that the user has set up, and there are many items that we could choose to call our default view or save as a report. So we could actually print this out by just going to File on the menu bar and Print. Or when we have a grid list like this, we can also export this information to a CSV file, which could be imported into an Excel spreadsheet format. And that is a quick overview of FiberBase, and thank you for joining me.